Today on Vox, we have information on a missing child, the government shutdown, and more. Lane Webb will have your local weather, and Caleb Dugan will have your sports.
It's Friday, January 11th, 2019, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Mary Beth Mangrum.
And I'm Tori Freeman.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has issued an endangered child alert for 16-year-old Dylan Ray Reginald. Sources say that Dylan was last seen in downtown Gallatin on the evening of December 13, 2018, but authorities don't know which direction he went. Dylan is 16 years old, has brown hair and green eyes, is 6'2", and weighs 220 pounds. If you've seen him, call Gallatin Police at 615-452-1313 or the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation at 1-800-TBI-FIND.
An 8-month-old baby was pulled from a freezer after a witness saw the mother with the child before finding the woman underneath the house without the child. Caleb Pern reports.
Oh my gosh, she's trying to hide a dead baby on us.
That was Joshua Blair's first reaction when he found out Smith had put her 8-month-old in a freezer in his yard.
Wasn't moving, wasn't nothing. I preached in, I pulled it out, it started moving. Instant relief.
Blair says his mother happened to look out the window and noticed a woman and baby in the yard. He says he went outside to check and found Smith hiding under his house. Shortly after, he found the baby.
I handed it up to my mother, who, if it wasn't for my mother and my fiance spotting her in the backyard, no one would have known she was here.
Blair says he found the baby inside this freezer. He's removed the lid now to prevent this from happening again.
The baby's head was rested over there where the plug is, literally resting on the plug.
Washington County, Tennessee deputies say the baby was taken to the hospital and is now okay.
If they wouldn't have seen them put the child in there, the baby would run out of oxygen.
Deputies say they suspect Smith was likely under the influence. They say this was a close call for the 8-month-old.
They were very vigilant and kept an eye on everything, put clothes on the baby, fed the baby and everything until we arrived.
Smith's mother is now confirming to News 5 she is taking care of the baby. She says he is safe now. In Washington County, Tennessee, Caleb Perney, News 5, WCYB.
The woman was taken to Washington County Detention Center and is being held on $20,000 bond. Her preliminary hearing is set for February 14th.
Lady Gaga is speaking out against R. Kelly. The singer released a statement on Twitter calling sexual abuse allegations against R. Kelly absolutely horrifying and indefensible. Kelly has been plagued by accusations for decades, but they have received renewed interest after Lifetime aired a documentary series about them. Lady Gaga fell under intense pressure to condemn him after defending a collaboration with him. The artists recorded a song together called Do What You Want in 2013. In her newest statement, Lady Gaga says that she was in a dark time in her life when she recorded the song and did not yet process feelings about a previous sexual assault against her. She says she will remove the song from streaming sites. R. Kelly denies the allegations and has never been convicted in a court of law on any of them. He was found not guilty on child pornography charges in 2008.
House lawmakers are hoping to get some government agencies reopened amid the government shutdown. 8 Republicans joined with Democrats to pass a bill Wednesday to fund the IRS, Treasury Department, and other financial institutions. This coming despite a threat from the White House to veto the bill. That is not expected to stop them from trying. Each day this week, the House plans to vote on bills to fund parts of the government affected by the weeks-long shutdown. They are expected to vote on bills covering parks, housing and transportation, and the department that administers food stamps. All are unlikely to be taken up in the Senate. There's still no end in sight for the government shutdown, as President Trump remains insistent on not reopening without securing funding for a barrier or wall along the southern border.
The wife of a prominent Norwegian businessman is missing in a suspected kidnapping. Her suspected captors have demanded a ransom for her return, police said Wednesday. Anne Elizabeth Hagen, the wife of multimillionaire Tom Hagen, disappeared October 31st at a press conference Wednesday. Chief Inspector Tommy Broski told reporters that police had been working on the case for several weeks, but had previously asked media to not report on the disappearance as it could possibly endanger her. Norwegian state broadcaster NRK reported that multiple messages were found inside the Hagen's home. The suspected kidnappers have demanded payment in the cryptocurrency Monero. According to NRK, Norwegian financial magazine Capital cites that Tom Hagen, a real estate investor and power facilities owner, is worth an estimated 1.7 billion Norwegian krone.
The partial government shutdown continues with no end in sight, and many federal workers are on the job, unsure when their next paycheck will appear. Reporter Josie Carbonare is at one Pennsylvania airport where TSA workers continue to work.
Working without a paycheck and ensuring others' safety. As we approach 3 weeks of a partial government shutdown, TSA workers across the country and right here at home are feeling the impacts.
You have men and women here who are dedicated to doing their job the right way, who potentially aren't going to get paid. And the longer this goes on, the harder it becomes.
A spokesperson with Harrisburg International Airport says essential TSA employees like security screeners are going on almost 2 weeks working without pay. Unsure of how long it will all last, some calling off sick, but most continuing to clock in each day.
They know that by coming in and doing their job, and making sure people are safe to travel. That's critically important.
We reached out to the TSA for comment, and they replied in part, as the current lapse in funding continues, we want to echo the sentiments of the industry, the traveling public, and TSA leadership, who are both proud of and thankful for the officers across the country who remain focused on the mission.
There's an extra special appreciation today for the safety they've provided.
It's disappointing to see that they even have to be put in a situation where they have to make that decision.
Bottom line is right now we need our elected officials to do their job. Businesses every day compromise on agreements and disagreements because you have to do that to move forward.
And remember,
as you're going through the checkpoint, say thank you. They're there for all of our safety, and it's critically important.
About 420,000 employees are currently working without pay, while another 380,000 are furloughed.
Aquaman has reigned as king of the box office since it hit theaters in December. Can one of the weekend's new movies unseat the hero? Rick Damagella has a preview.
My name is Bella, and this is how I met Lucas.
A Dog's Way Home runs into theaters this weekend. Variety says the family-friendly flick starring Bryce Dallas Howard as the voice of Bella could dig up between $8 and $12 million in its debut.
You are not qualified for this position.
Then buckle! Those are the same numbers which Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart's dramedy The Upside are being predicted to bring in, putting the two movies in close competition.
Something's not right with me. Tell me the truth.
There was a crash.
Replicas is the third new release of the weekend. Variety's pundits predict the medical thriller starring Keanu Reeves will open to between $4 and $7 million.
One said women are too emotional to be lawyers. Another told me a woman graduating top of her class must be a real ball buster.
On the Basis of Sex expands into wide release this weekend. The biopic starring Felicity Jones as a young Ruth Bader Ginsburg has earned just over $4 million in its 2 weeks of limited release. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Now let's send it over to Lane with your weather report.
We'll have your 7-day forecast, local radar, and more after this break.
She stands in the face of evil and will not lose hope or faith. America, the land of freedom, is still the home of the brave. So raise the banner, call no glory. Let us join our fellow man. History will write the story. America will always stand. History will write the story. America will always stand.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Welcome back. As you can see here in the local area, we don't have anything as far as rain or precipitation or anything as far as that goes. We're just very clear. Moving on to our national weather, we can see right in the middle of the U.S. we do have some rain, and it's currently about to hit West Tennessee, and it will probably hit us within the next few days. A couple in Utah escaped with their lives when an avalanche of snow came crashing down on their car. It happened as a series of similar avalanches covered roads in the area. As crews worked to clear away the snow, the couple reflected on how grateful they were to have escaped uninjured. Alana Brophy reports.
More than 5 feet of snow that came barreling down the backside of the Wasatch onto a mountain road. It was a serious slide, and one North Ogden couple wasn't looking for adventure when they got stuck in it. A shovel. It's the one thing David Kennebeck will be carrying in his car from now on.
Okay, I might be able to get out of this, but then I saw 40, 50 feet up the road in both directions were 2 bigger slides that we could not get out of.
Trapped by an avalanche, Erica Kennebeck says it happened in a split second. She thought it was blowing snow at first, and then all of a sudden there were several feet of snow up against her door.
And through my head for a second was happening, like, maybe this is how we're gonna go. Like, it's like horrible to think about, you know.
The Kennebecks both climbed out of the driver's side, but the car wasn't moving. They left a note, and a good Samaritan from the other side of the slide took them home.
At first you think, wow, what bad luck that we're the only car that got trapped in it. You know, all the other cars were stuck on either side, but after the fact, it's like, wow, how blessed we are that it wasn't worse.
Weber County fielded the 911 report and came across the Kennebeck's car. This is video of David driving home late last night between a wall full of snow.
Too much snow at once, and we couldn't keep up with it, and it slid, just what happens on these mountain roads.
The county says this road is heavily traveled. They see avalanches often, but drivers on mountain roads need to know what they're up against. This road closure stands. Everyone we spoke to from the family, Weber County, the Avalanche Center agree this could have been a lot worse. That couple is very lucky to be alive. Stay with ABC4 for updates on this road closure. Reporting in Eden, I'm Alana Brophy, ABC4 News.
Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. For Friday, we'll be partly cloudy with a high of 49 and a low of 25. Saturday and Sunday will be rainy with highs of 44 and 47 and lows of 39 and 38. Monday and Tuesday will be partly cloudy with highs of 45 and 49 and lows of 31 and 29. Wednesday and Thursday will be partly cloudy with highs of 52 and lows of 55. A high of 52 and 55 and lows of 39 and 41. That's all from me. Now let's send it over to Caleb with the latest scores from last night.
I'll have last night's NBA scores after this break.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful
Life happens. Whether it's car trouble, medical bills, or other expenses, Check Into Cash has a new flexible loan solution. Introducing the Flex Loan. The Flex Loan is an open line of credit. You control how much you borrow with flexible payment options. If you need a payday advance, we offer those too, because true flexibility is the ability to choose. For life's little emergencies, we're your one-stop money shop.
Let's have a look at your NBA scores from last night. The Heat went against the Celtics, 115-99. The Spurs went against the Thunder, 154-147. The Nuggets won against the Clippers, 121-100. The Kings won against the Pistons, 112-102. Here are some of the highlights from the LA Clippers and Denver game.
Have to play defensively. Create offense, turnovers, and get out in transition.
Here comes DeRozan into Aldridge, who makes the move on Adams and wins the one.
His degree of difficulty on some of his shots that he's made, unbelievable.
Westbrook has 12 assists. We'll go inside. It's Aldridge flying off that baseline.
Nice pass there by White down here in San Antonio. Saw this last week with Houston versus Golden State.
Aldridge with 26 works on Adams. 28. Chance to tie here. Or take a lead. Westbrook up and off, and Adams puts it in. We are tied at 114, the third tie of the game. On the move through traffic. It's Schroeder. Back out Westbrook. Fakes the three. Here's a three outside. Ferguson knocks it down again. Terrence Ferguson.
Paul George has to touch the basketball here.
Westbrook. A Up in high and down it goes on a great feed and Grant. Westbrook volleyballs it away and keeps it alive. He'll make the move. Outside, look out for Adams. Knocks it away. 4 block shots for Lamarcus. Aldridge with the knock away, gets it inside. Beautiful feed, forwards to Aldridge. He's got 51. Welcome to the 50. Derek White. Shot clock at 6 for Lamarcus Aldridge. The bump into Grant. The feed inside to Rosen. What a cut.
Take the ball and go home. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. With 56 points, 16 of 16 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds. How you want it, where you want it. LA put.
My apologies, that was actually the Oklahoma City San Antonio game, but we also have highlights from the Clippers Denver game.
Teams in the West, that this could have bigger ramifications. Might have. Now Plumlee, skyhook, yes! Lyles, dribble drive in the lane, flap it to Plumlee! And 21. And Gallinari driving right by and a three-point opportunity. Yeah. Anybody. 59-52. Let's see if the Nuggets can make a push. Murray is away! Now confusion by the Clippers up top with that big crowd coming alive. Seeing Philip Lindsay and Von Miller both voted in the Pro Bowl. Oh, and Millsap! McCallum tried to flop the foul. Bradley. Baseball pass, Murray. He's got it. And he puts it away. Oh, what a pass. Nikola Jokic, a 70-foot first half. Now Jokic got a smaller man. Jokic wheels in. Tips no. Tips no. Tips yeah. That's down to 1 of 13. Nuggets 3-point defense. Some of the best. Nicely done. Jokic still needs an assist. Could be right here. It is! Lyles gets the bucket.
Now let's send it back to Mary Beth, Tori, and Lane.
All right, Bradley Central, let's take a look at our school announcements.
There will be a senior meeting today in the Fine Arts Center during advisory to get information on cap and gowns. Seniors, please be sure to attend this meeting.
Track practice will start next Monday, January 14th. This meeting is mandatory for anyone planning to participate who is not currently involved in winter sport. Those planning to come must have a physical turned in by the 14th. We're online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can also check us out on Facebook, WTMB, and of course at VoxNews.net.
You just can't get enough Fox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always, God bless and go Bears!